Godzillicus here, and welcome to the channel where masterclass play is optional. We're just trying to pass along a little information to our fellow tankers out there. Hey guys, kind of did some video a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, but use the strength of your tank. Well, what do you do when you can't use the strength of your tank? Well, you've just got to sometimes do the best you can and maybe play it in a different way than what you think and definitely what some of your teammates may think. Now, this is a game here, of course, with the T-34 with the Millennium Falcon camouflage, which is horrible, which is the reason I got it. Now, one reason why I'm not going to go up front line is here. This IS-3 does a little indecision routine, and I can't quite get around him, and so we sit here and do the little dance, and he finally decides to go. I give up on it, and I stay back here, which isn't a bad thing, is because the T-34, unless it's hull down, it doesn't have a great armor profile. Here it is. You can see it. A lot of green there up front. Even when you try to angle it and maybe side scrape, that's just tracks. And yeah, there's just a lot of green. So being up front is maybe not the best place for it, in my opinion. So after the little indecision dance that we did, is I just decided to stay back here and use this bush for a little cover and the hard cover of these rocks and try to hide my weak points. Now you can see the T-34 1776 up there. He's went up front and he's gotten deleted already. So it's kind of a test case of what I'm trying to talk about here, because I could run up there to the front and get some shots, maybe, and then take some shots. But you know what the fastest thing in the game is? That's a shell. Yeah, I can be up there almost instantly with the gun, taking a shot at the Reds there. Now, one of the things is I'm kind of hanging back here, hoping for somebody to pop out. I'm not on the front line, pushing and getting shots, but I'm looking at the map here. We're already a tank down, 2 tanks down, and I'm just thinking this might be the best place for me, considering the situation and the tank that I'm in, to kind of cover both sides, and our left flank is just completely fallen. So I'm hoping, oh yeah, there it is. See, I get a shot in, IS-3 coming around trying to get a flank. I get a shot in on him. My teammates get one in on him, and I think I finally finish him off here. See, even though there was a lull there when I wasn't up front, I was able to cover him, and okay, now we got the TD coming out, and I do get kind of lucky. He gets hung up on the wall here. I get a shot off on him. But, I'm still covering the rear of my teammates that did push up front. Get on the reload and hopefully take this guy out, which would help quite a bit. So now, taking that out, and we're still down a couple of tanks. Kind of survey the situation here. And my teammate's doing a good job up there. He takes out a tank. Get up there and help him out, hopefully. Now, the whole point of this gameplay is I could have been up front and died just like that other T-34, or I could have stayed in the rear and covered them, the flank and the rear, with my gun, which is the fastest thing that I have, that any tank has. So, think about it that way. I wasn't up there up front, but also I didn't take a lot of damage early on, which is going to help me out later here in the game. And we take out another tank here. We're 2-2. Okay, now we've got our teammate. Okay, he goes down. Now I just back up here because obviously I don't have a shell. I'm just going to take a shot without returning one, if that's what happened. But I take a lot of grief if you've been reading the comments here as, chicken and should have been on the front line push and all those kind of different things. But, what would you rather have is somebody utilizing their tank to its maximum, or just come up front and die with you early and then you lose the game? Yeah, okay, that's not wise in my opinion. I would rather win than lose, but some people seem to think that you have to be on the front line taking shots, when that isn't necessarily strength of the tank. Now, if I was an IS-3 or IS-6 or some IS variant, something that was a front line brawler, that would have been appropriate. But this tank is just going to do nothing but take shots. There's no way I'm going to deflect anything in this map, in this terrain, this portion of the map we were in, it was all flat, nowhere for me to, hide this tank, unlike an IS-3 or an IS-6, which can just point the nose forward and count on getting some bounces. Maybe, not everything, obviously, but enough to get by. Now, here's the end of the game, and kind of just brawling it out. I've got a lot of hit points, so I've saved those up, so this is going to help me out against a T-54. And I do have a little brain fart here, or actually a finger fart. I hit the wrong shells. HE, that should have ended right there. But we do go ahead and get the reload and get the kill and the win for the game, which in my opinion is the main thing. So I think that use the tank to its full potential there. Even though there was no hold down positions, I hid the front of the tank, got shots off, and covered my teammates. So got the master, 6 kills. What more do you want me to do? I'll reiterate, and I'm going to another game here. Here is the T-34's armor profile. Man, it's just a whole lot of green, below the turret. That hull is just not going to help you out. And here we are in Alpensteppe. And I skipped the part of where we had another session of indecision theater where the whole team just sat around looking at one another. That's why I'm out in the lead, which is kind of sad. And we kind of get caught out here in no man's land. I kind of pull up. There is some opportunity here to go hold down. As you can see, I'm trying to use that right now, a little bit unsuccessfully because we just didn't get into the good spots that I wanted to start with. But that's what it is. Now you can see the meds, our meds have went over here to my left, and they're caught out in the open too. And so they're kind of, wisely taking some cover and seeing what they can do. Now, there again, this is a map where I can use some hold down positions, but you're going to see me with this, the love I have for this building is immense. Is because everything in front of me, there's just no way they can get a shot off on me. It has to be to my left or to my right, and I'm able to help out to some degree over here with my meds, even though all 3 of their mediums are pushing over here. But we do some good work. You can see they would take one out there, and we're up a tank. So here again, I'm not up on the front line. Why should I? If I roll out there and go back up my AMX, I believe that is over there, and get in front of him, I'm going to have multiple seconds there out in the open where I'm going to take shots because I know they have guys in front of this building. It's better off for me to sit over here, use the building, use some of the hold down position perhaps to get shots off and cover my teammates. And as you see here, now we were a tank up, now we're a tank down, because, and I think a lot of that was the indecision theater at the first of the game. Guys, if you just sit around and you let the other team get in position, it's a tough deal. Make a decision, go with it. Just don't sit around looking at one another. Now, our medium, he decides, I think, unwisely to push over there, and he gets deleted. But I'm going to maintain my position here with a little bit of a hill on one side, the building's on my right, and this building in front of me. Because, why go to the very front line up there and take shots getting there? Because it's a slow tank. Why play to its weakness instead of its strength? Okay. Now, as you can see here, what tank do we have here? It's got a good player over here. This guy's concerning me. I think it's a T-44. He's using the rock, some of the dead tank, some of the terrain. Can't get a shot off on him. Now, my teammate over here is getting a little bit of strife. We've had somebody push up. I've got one shot into it to help him out. And he's doing some good work. He's getting some shots in. Now, you'll see me kind of back and forth here. What I'm trying to do is, because I'm not looking, is the front of my tank's not flat with the building. Finally get it flat and get a shot off, get the kill. Now, the T-44, he's over there, finally got a shot in on me, but I have concerned my hit points, which was the whole point of kind of my rant earlier, is to keep those hit points going, or not going, but keep those as much as you can, because later in the game you kind of use those and need them. Now here we are at 3 tanks to 3 tanks. We've got some guys on low health. I'm on a reload, and I just barely can't get a shot in here, and I just off the side of the building or that wall. I'm not sure what. It was a wasted shot in a way. But at this point, I'm using some of the cover. The building's up in front of me. Back up. Use a little bit of the terrain, and hopefully the other team Reds can't get a shot off on me. And his T-44 comes up, and as he's turning, get a shot off into it. Okay, so now we're down. Okay, it's 2-1. I'm rolling up. I know they're up in front of me. I'm hoping I can get up here and get a shot. And it was pretty much a bad move. It was a good thing I saved those hit points because I take 2 shots, but I do get one off there and take care of their TD. And now we got a 1-on-1. And that's the Tier 9 E1, I believe. Yeah. And he's behind. He may be on a reload. I toyed with the idea of rolling up there and taking a shot, but I didn't want to take that risk. Okay, so I've kind of do a little bit of a dance back and forth. He's trying to bait me. That's a good work on his part. Is take that shot, then he can come out and get a free shot on me. Now at this point, as I am using kind of the hold down aspect of the tank, is hopefully any shot he gets will be against some pretty good armor. But also what I have there is a dead tank, which is some of your best friends. You see we continue the little bit of a dance. I'm basically hold down at this point with just my barrel sticking over this dead tank, maybe the rear of my tank, and get a shot off. He gets a shot off, and I get the kill. Now look right here. As you'll see, look at the coming off of the barrel mantlet of the dead tank. As he got a shot off, but he hit the mantlet where I was able to get a clean shot. So anyway, guys, I just thought I would share that. And hey, use the tank to the best of its ability, not what others think you should be doing.